Welcome back, everyone. We had a break for breakfast and now I'm back. Delicious French toast. And let's continue. We don't seem to have passed out too much, so that's a good thing. Ooh, that's funny. Heckin' cute. Okay, so this is fine. Okay. Bro, by the way, I like that. That's pretty... It's pretty. I like it, dude. Yep. Yep. There you go. So we're going to be going to the, we need pumpkin. Gonna go by this dude. And we're gonna see what there's for pumpkin. Well, you've got the big quest marker above your head. I'm just saying, buddy. Like, you're advertising, but you ain't selling. That's rude. Whee! Pat, 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 pat. Hi, doggy. I'm gonna steal that dog. What are we gonna do? Okay, so we're going through here. We are going to look what we can get for the pumpkin we have. I guess I've gone like up and down about 3 ways around. I fully acknowledge you've like been hopping around like a crazy person. Got carrots. Okay. By the way, Mars ain't that bad. I saw it. Did anyone see it? Apparently, the US government has found a doorway on Mars, and now we're going to be doing like a big thing that's like, oh, look at the doorway on Mars. How are we going to be like answering it? And it's the funniest thing to me because for the longest time, people were like, yeah, they found aliens, and the governments are like, no, there's no aliens. No, nope, no aliens, no life, no extraterrestrial, none of that stuff. Nope. We're good. We're the only people here. 20 years later. Oh, by the way, guys, we found these things. So this is interesting, right? Because it leads us to two options, right? There's two very important mental options here. Option 1, they were lying this whole time. Which means that for 50 years or whatever, governments have been withholding information about UFOs, if it's real. That gives us a very interesting mental point of, well, we were lied to. That's not great. So they kept this from us for 50 years. Us, they, you know what I mean, like governments in general, people, everybody working at NASA. Yes, I understand why, blah, 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 blah. All that trash doesn't matter. Who knows, maybe they found out Mars had nuclear war. Oh, damn, I haven't even been streaming the game. I am such a dumbass. The whole time I've been playing, I didn't even notice. Ah, god damn it. No wonder I have no people watching. Ah! I am so sorry. I fudged that one up. My bad. Oofed. Freaking oofies, man. Oofies. So anyways, we're gonna continue. We're gonna do better. We're gonna be better, do better, know better, work better. Everything's gonna be great. And also, I'm gonna go retrieve our chicken. I have not forgotten about it. Only because it's the very next thing I did. Because I was like 10 centimeters away from forgetting about that chicken's existence. Thing's whole life was just a blur to me. But yeah, here we are. I've proven that I can and have completely forgotten before about things that are very important. So here we go. We're here. I was gonna say the other thing, but no. We're here. We're busy cleaning up the place. We're going to hope to get through this area into the next one, perhaps. I know the guy's been telling me to bring him room pieces. I have no idea where those are. They're probably in here somewhere. I did see that glass unlocked upgrade. So I imagine that's probably more or less what's going to be next. I'm pretty sure you'll find that glass is most like an architectural thing. But then again, the game has never been afraid to like... It hasn't never been afraid to throw like certain things at you, like pretty challenging from that. Although they slowed it down a little bit. Like the previous one had a lot of times just run into stuff you can't destroy. Like so far I've been keeping up with it, but it hasn't really happened that I've like just sat there and my gosh. No idea what to do next. I'm just gonna sit here because I just can't do anything because I'm stuck. Like that hasn't really happened, you know. But in some of the older versions of the games that was a big problem, and you dealt with it a lot. By the way, I wonder how my time at Sandrock's going. Like, I saw a lot about it, and now the devs have kind of gone a little bit silent. But I know Team 17 does do quite a few games, so I don't think there'll be problems there. It's just they're very quiet. Anyways, hello person that's watching the stream. That may very well be myself. I have no idea. I basically, again, I need to sit down and advertise my stream or something on Reddit. Like, hi, I'm doing the stream. Write like a game review. Gotta get the SEO, get a default thumbnail for YouTube. Whew. Lots of stuff to do. It's kind of the whole thing. Like, you're not just making like one thing, you're doing everything. It's like making a house. Which would also be kind of fun, I think. To like, sit down and plan this out. Which I actually need to do, now that I think about it. I gotta buy a house. But it's not like you can renegotiate or work on it. So yeah, it's weird. Because I know for a fact what's gonna happen globally is we're gonna go into depression. That's gonna last a while, by the way. That depression's gonna hurt. And prices are gonna go down. Oh, what do you think Hollywood is, right? That is interesting. Something like that. I have to remember I've got a long time to pack. Which is interesting because the Q-bots love being washed, but these guys just get wrecked by it. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't fight if this game gave me a fast travel after we get here, because this is a bit of a trip. And once you get used to fast traveling into and out of areas, it's like, it's a bit... it's a bit slower than I'd like to. Especially seeing as I haven't seen any Q-bots for a while. But that's the first time we've seen those. By the way, it happens that bots will like kidnap animals and just like wear them on their head like some or find delivered trophies with past conquests. By the way, it's kind of funny because I saw a post about the dude who was like, oh yeah, it turns out if you wear chicken skin on your head, you basically decrease wrinkles. You know, you go through like a few years at a time. Like, god damn, dice. What the heck? That's crazy. By the way, I have to say, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Like I was thinking about the various guilds and stuff. I don't know, something made me think about the guilds in Skyrim. And what got to me a lot with that was I just realized, like, of all the guilds in Skyrim, they all were like weird alien races, right? Because that was your big change to race changes, right? So like if you went into the Assassin's Guild, you'd be able to do the vampire line, and the other thing is like the werewolf line is the fighters. It's like, but wait, step back. Why aren't these guys hating each other? Like, why is not Fighters Guild or like maybe the Fighters Guild gets along, but the Fighter and Assassin's Guild hates the Blacksmith Guild? Like they're all just like, oh yeah, by the way, we're all secretly werewolves. Just so you know, just for your interest, you know. To whom it may concern, the guild is filled with werewolves. Like, whoa. You're skipping out on some important information over there, my friend. Information that I feel you really ought to be telling me. Like, and information that I feel like kind of affects the game world. You know it, you know? But yeah, here we are. It's okay. We're not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna. I would love that though. Like some mention in the other guilds of like if you mention to somebody that you like vampires, they're like, ugh, you're just like those assassins. You're like, wait, what? Gosh, just like the Dark Brotherhood. Yeah, you have to do like a thing to test that you're loyal. It'd be cool because that's the hint, like, okay, if you go to the Dark Brotherhood, that's how you become this, or you do this thing, that's how you become like a werewolf or whatever else. Like, okay, that's cool. Like they're aware of each other, or maybe they become aware of each other and got the ceasefire because they can't, like, for some reason they don't want to try to kill each other. But it's like you find all the guilds of people that aren't human all just hate the Aldemari because they're not, because they're like, I don't know, aggressive or they hate magical creatures or something. But like, they don't really do any of that now that I think about it. It's all just like, oh, we're the Thieves Guild. Okay. Join the city guard, citizen. That'd be fun. But have you like hunting down Thieves Guild members? And you can also put these things into each other, like do some quests that'll force you to switch between the roles. So like if you're in the Assassin's Guild, maybe they want you to assassinate like the head of the Warriors Guild. So if you happen to be in the Warriors Guild first and you're the head, you'll be like, ah, and you have to kill the assassins. I don't know, so I feel like there's some cool like stuff they could do here, you know? But in the end, kind of, I don't know. I will say also, now that I'm just thinking it through, you run into the question like balance, like why would the player do that? But I also, on the other hand, I'm one of those people that loves a game world that I like affect. And I quite enjoy if I played a game that the game world looks completely different after I've been through there than before, like unrecognizable, even if it's not necessarily in the best way. It's like, okay, I've done this. Like, you grew up Murata. Like, oh, okay, so where do I get, like, no, you don't. You blew up the home of the Thieves Guild, we hate you. Like, go away. can't join. Maybe they like force you into the guild, otherwise people just keep attacking you. By the way, other thing of note, Skyrim is really small. Like for a game it's big, but it's like the dynamics don't really play out like that. Like I guess it's one of those things, but like, you know, at a scale, it's never really that big, right? It's always actually a little bit smaller. And because of that, I guess it's always a bit tricky. It's like you've only got like 20 villages, you've only got 20 homes, but in real life, like you walk through a city, there's a lot of homes in a city. It's very difficult to find those like itty bitty. Ah, I died. I saw that coming too. I just had it like I was scratching my back, but I saw it coming. I was like, ah, no. Good night. Good night, sleep prince. Bah. Sleep well, person. Sleep well, YouTube monetization. Yeah, it's fun to pretend. Look at me, I have monetization. No, you don't. Shut up, John! No one effing asked you. That's why you don't have any friends. But, oh, you can just replant it, okay. But I don't want to do that because it's just 1 and 1. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's something I want to do. I want to be able to, like, get more. Yes, hello, Qbot. Yes, you are adorable. Yes, the bot lounges. By the way. Hey, buddy. Enjoy your new home that you deserve for being an ass? Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. I could swear there was something I could be unlocking for heat. I just need to check where it is. But I guess like crops that you cycle through is kind of cool. You end up always having to keep a bit over, and then you screw it up and sell it all, and you're like, ah, shoot. And you realize you done script yourself. Hey, old man. Yeah, I see how it is. You only call me by my name when I do something for you. That's okay. I get it. All people are asses too. It's okay. We'll get through this together. Right after I finish kicking your ass for being rude to me. But anyways. Up for some picky business? No, Frank, I am not. Not up for any of your shenanigans. Be gone, Frank. Away, 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 I say, away! But it does seem a little bit weird to have like these intermediary berries which just kinda don't seem to use. You know? I kept being like, you know, after I died, I'm like, why did I teleport back? Oh yeah, I died. It's true, ain't it? Isn't it? Isn't it true? I died. And what with me dying? It means I'm dead. And dead is no good. everything just freezes. Damn it. What are you doing, YouTube? Oh, here we go. There's my guy. This is why no one likes you. You're a pain in the butt to find. If you were more pleasant, more people would like you. I see. The gourmand is currently busy like twisting my arm with the fact that he knows how to make the damn meal of the place my grandfather has. So yeah. I guess I have no choice but to pay you to do the thing you were paid to do before and then screwed up. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it, buddy. Anyways, well then, did you learn how to solve our problem? So you were close friends, well, back in the day, I could guess. After the accident? Oh, okay, what did Max do? I said too much, it's not my story. When you find Max, this is... I've known people that do stuff like this and they always drive me crazy. They're like, oh no, I've said too much. Like, also, like, somebody that I knew, they'll be like, oh, Bobby did something he shouldn't have. I'm like, what did he do? Something he shouldn't have. I'm like, dude, in my head, Bobby has done something so much worse than what you're thinking. Like, just say it. Or don't. Like, what's with the half hinting? Back to Rudy. Nice. Okay. Rudy and Lonely Hill. Let's go, boy. By the way, it's nice to get the architect a little bit sooner. And to get my house expanded. Although... I like the game loop, not so much the other stuff. And also, you need to frickin' learn to run faster because you are slow. So slow. Right, there is... I have no stamina. It's barely even worth it to hit the sprint button. Like, if I'm honest, it really is that bad. Like... Well, apparently I killed my browser. That's fun. I'm just gonna leave it to figure itself out for a little bit. And we're gonna keep playing because the show must go on. And also because it's a bit more fun than just sitting around waiting. I mean, I don't know. Like, I did see them say basically that they did is because, like, you know, optimization problems. With people's computers not being able to handle it and, like, having really long load times. But, like, gosh damn, man. It's a bit much. Really is a bit much. Woo, achievement. I'll be honest though, like I could probably also do OBS, but I like the way that Restream does things. Not Restream, but this thing does things. But I am curious to see what it'd be like to do Like, I want to try and see what happens when you go restream versus normal YouTube stream versus whatever. Because I do think they pick it up different, and they probably... I would imagine YouTube down advertises things that aren't like YouTube exclusive as a way to try get you to use like just YouTube servers, because they don't want you to be using like both YouTube and Twitch. But I'll need to see. But I do think I'm gonna go outside also. I'm gonna go chill outside at some point. Like, I'm looking outside and it's a bloody beautiful day, my dude. It's such a pretty day. I really wanna go outside and look at it. I think it's a nice day today. I think it deserves to have some love. Damn it. This message. This is the message I hate. But it happens a lot, especially if like your flow is broken. It's a pretty common problem to get. Let's see what we can do. I ought to be able to finish this section off at least. Yep, there we go. And at the very least that bit's done, and now I'll be able to come back and do something else. I think that is the fast travel route. I have a feeling that that's the fast travel for this area. But I'll need to see and be sure. Oh, it's just into the next area. Damn it, man. Come on! Oh, it's frustrating. Like, I know I'm grumbling a lot about being frustrating, but it really is, because I know, like, I'm used to these as one area, and not broken up into, like, 3 or 4. So it feels incredibly slow to, like, run through 3 areas you already know as, like, okay, well, where are we here? Oh, so now I see the train tracks, I'm like, okay, I pretty much remember this. And it's a bit, like, it's a lot of a pain. I was saying a bit, but I'm like, it's actually a giant pain. It's like me constantly going back to areas that you already know. And because fast travel is kind of, not restrictive or restricted, but it's a little bit, down-regulated. There we go, okay. I was gonna say it's a bit down-regulated, so it's also freaking slow, man. Yeah, man. No, man, no. The Afrikaans. No man. No man. Nee man. How do you plan to handle the water? I know, you mean the poisonous toxic stuff that's right next to the river? Yes, that. Well, I'm gonna shoot at it with my special water gun. What makes your water gun special? That it's mine, of course. And I'm just gonna spray it down. I'm gonna hose it until it gets better. Yeah. That's my plan. Master plan. Nah. Dude, this is not a good idea. I'm still pretty sad about the fast travel getting restricted as it has. But I want to see. Because I'm told there's a path here, so obviously you're supposed to just follow it. I want to see where it goes. I want to get to the. I want to say hi to Rudy before I go do the rest of the stuff I need to do.
Sir, can I go into the out now, please?
No, you may. Like, obviously I'm not doing a perfect job and I have to come back here and sweep. But, no. Yeah. Dude. That's a bit of a walk. Not gonna lie. That's, actually too much of a walk. I'm gonna go back, clear out my inventory, and then come here and do it properly, because... Yeah, I think I'm not gonna do this area justice if I rush through it just to finish it. Or if I rush through it just to get it done.
Yeehaw! Grandpa's old farm!
Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. Wait, what do you mean? I can just fill it with pet food?
Since when? What the hell?
Okay, it's not the same for pigs, but I'm assuming that's because you don't eventually get like 20 pigs per thing. Dude. I was not aware of the ways of the world before this, but I am now enlightened. But we're gonna use eggs pretty heavily in making pet food, just by the way. Eggs and truffles. Because, damn. 10 truffles. Actually, I'm probably collect those eggs now, like without too much effort. I'm just... I didn't think it was a thing, you know, like... They now no longer have needs. I like this. This makes my life easier. Maybe a little less fun, but easier. And easy's damn important. Sometimes. One. Please tell me I just didn't go like straight to hell. Okay. Oh. Let's go. So we're partway through a field that's actually going pretty well. I don't see any new seeds that we want to plant. And my rule is just we take all the seeds until we get another stack. And basically the second stack shows up, is just that gets burned instantly. That just goes away. Just toss it. I don't need it. Not a requirement, my friend. Bro, I'm still shocked. Like, I didn't even... My mind couldn't even comprehend that this was possible. And now it's like... I just front load you with pet food, that's insane. I would love a way to, like, you know, redo these things, but apparently that's not a feature that's planned to be added. But I get it, like, when you have a bunch of these, especially, I think they go up to 20, with, like, all the ducks and stuff, like, it probably gets to be far too much. Hello. Pat, pat, pat. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't put hats on there. You? No. Congrats. Whee! You get a balloon hat. Hats for the animals. Look, it was a little bit silly at first, but now it's actually kind of fun to be like, you get a hat and you get a hat, and I'm sure farmers feel like this. Like, you get a hat and you get a hat and you get the axe and you get a hat and you get a hat. Hat, axe, hat. Wait, what? What was that other thing you said? Oh, yeah, hat. They all get hats. Whatever it was before. I just said hat. You said axe. Yeah, some get the axe, some get the hats. Like, axe, hacks, doesn't matter. Whatever you want, baby. We got everything. I do need a furniture crafting station, which is too expensive for me right now. We can craft the upgrade. Interesting. Or able to feed and automatically wash. Your cow shed its skin. I mean, I can't be too mad, but like, also I want to be, you know? I want to be mad. I have the right to be mad about that. How to... This narcissistic injury in action. I have the right to be mad if I want. Although not really, like, it's not that way to say to somebody like, yo, you have the right to be mad, you know that, right? And you'll find people get mad when you say that, they're like, no, you don't have the right to be upset. Like, that's weird. I could swear I was a free human being, I don't realize I was a slave. I suppose it's a good thing that you corrected me. I might have made a terrible mistake. I might have told you no. And really, I mean, well, I can't say it on YouTube or Twitch anymore because, you know, we're very sensitive nowadays. But I'm sure you can guess the phrase I wanted to use there to express how happy I was with the current building arrangements. Oh, that was it. That's what the extra one was for, because we also get a sled load of acorns. That's why you exist. I forgot, but now I remember. Aren't you so happy? I remember why you exist. Because too many freaking acorns, man. There's too many. That's a lot of acorns, dude. 2/3 of my inventory is just acorns. I know I've checked this like a bunch. But, what's the bigger onions? Okay. Hello, pet. Pet. Hello, piggy. Dude, even if I don't use the feeding, just the washing alone is pretty damn amazing. Like, it's pretty awesome. Let's sleep. Actually, I don't think I've got anything to do. Never mind. Even then though, I don't really need the... I guess I can just can it. Okay, what's in our inventory? I really don't think I'm going to be needing those hydraulic parts, but I'm going to have extra quest parts anyway, so I may as well use this for that. So I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that. I'm pretty sure I don't need the architect's house parts. I'm pretty sure the fact that I've rebuilt his house already means I don't need the damn house parts. Okay. Yeah, basically just smack it down, smack it down. I'm still absolutely amazed that there's a function, which means I've missed it and I've played this game a lot. Like, I know I say it a bunch, like, I've played this game a lot, and everyone was like, oh, you've played it a lot, have you? Like, no, you don't understand. I have. To support my narcissistic fantasy that I am the best. But, What's my playtime for this game? 40 hours. Okay, not bad. Actually, a little bit less than I thought. That's kind of funny. I don't know. It's a bit. I thought it was more, and now seeing it's less, I'm kind of like, you know, that's acceptable. I don't mind. It's been fun. I guess that's the point of life, isn't it? To have enjoyed it. To get to the end of it. You know, the sun sets and your it's eternal September, whatever is the phrase. The whole idea is basic that, you know, one day sun's gonna set for us all. No matter how hard we try, day won't be lasting forever, and come the long night of the soul, we need to be able to rest our heads and say we had a good time. Not we're happy with what we did. I guess that's where a lot of existential crises come along, though. You run into this big issue because it's basically like you've got two things that you can do, right? Thing one is hedonism, you know, pursuit of pleasure. Thing two is try to build the world a better place. The problem is, like, people don't realize how hard it is to actually build the world up. Like, we've been building it up for 1,000 years, and what people don't realize, that was the Unabomber's point. It's basically that we shouldn't even try. Like, people get depressed because they try to make a difference and it's too hard. Now, what's worth mentioning is Kaczynski was basically a child prodigy. He was one of those guys that always succeeded, and he did great at everything. And then my personal theory, philosophy, that's probably going to be very unpopular, is he did amazing, and then he stopped. He gave up. He had a world of potential, but when push came to shove, when it came time for him to actually do something, as soon as he stopped getting out of the pre-trodden ground and had to tread something new, he seemed to fold. And as weird as it is to think, that's kind of what happened. That was his ego defense. Like, he discovered, hey, I can't do this, so it must be impossible to do anything new and of value for people. So it'd be much better to just destroy all of society and for us to drop back down to the Stone Age, because, you know, why would you want to build, to be more, you know? And I guess that's probably the thing that, for me at least, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, it's the bit that's the biggest pity, is because it's like, it didn't have to go that way, you know? Like, there is more you can do, you can push through. There's more to life than just pure academic accomplishments, but in that guy's case, like, that he couldn't find it. It was just like, no, academics is all, and if I can't be the best academically, and I can't constantly, because obviously he's like, you know, one of those, excuse the German, but the Wunderkind, you know? Everybody, oh, Theodore knows everything, Theodore understands everything, and again, because you're in high school, like, we'll tend to think, oh, we're high school educated, we know everything. Like, no, you're still a effing moron after high school. Like, let's not mistake it as you actually know something about anything. And I do mean anything, unless you've had a personal interest in the thing to the point you've done your own, like, research, and to the point where you actually know about it, you don't know squat. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it nice, I'm just gonna say it mean. Like, you don't know anything unless you've done it yourself. And we'll say that's the big, like, exception. Unless you've done it yourself, in which case, yeah, then you do know something, because you have actually worked through the, like, silly, stupid bits, you know? But if you're just fresh out of high school, if you're in college, and like I went through college, I'm college educated, quote unquote, which, man, it feels the weirdest thing to say, I'm college educated, but this is gonna sound like I'm being one of those people, so I sincerely apologize if it comes across that way, but like, I do not care if people are college educated or not. Like, my experience has been, and this sounds harsh, the average person's a moron. Like, if I had a nickel every time somebody did the, I have a degree in this, I'm like, yeah, that's nice, I have a degree too, and you're still wrong. Or better yet, I'll just be like, you're wrong. They'll be like, but I have a degree. I'm like, that's cool, but you're still wrong. They're like, but I have a degree and experience. I'm like, okay, but neither you saying the degree nor the experience, you haven't actually basically, like, you haven't pointed out why, like, you're not wrong. You've just restated repeatedly that you're not wrong. But you kind of have missed the point of having to be like, oh, why? You have to explain it. And the lack of being able to explain your point is proof you don't know your freaking point. Yes, I'm thinking of some particular people. And yeah, the argument literally went like them going, oh, you're wrong. I'm like, I'm right because blah blah blah, give a long explanation. I'm like, okay, so you're wrong. So they'll be like, oh well, but I have worked in the field and I say I'm right. I'm like, okay, but what you say doesn't mean anything. They're like, well, the Stanford Industry of Tech says I'm right. You're like, well, then you can tell me why the Stanford Industry of Tech says you're right, because we are talking about like a study or something that was done. And it's like, oh, well, I have a degree in technology. And I'm like, okay, but you're still wrong. And it's funny because they'll be like, but I have a degree, I know more than you. Eventually I'm like, you know, I have a degree too, right? And you're still wrong. Like, the degree has nothing to do with you being right or wrong. Like, right or wrong is an abstract. Like, your appeal to authority means nothing. It just, if anything, it's proof that you don't know what you're damn well talking about, because if you did, you would have to go down the road of, oh, it's so bad. You could be like in the one case, the guy started an appeal to authority when we were talking about, like, some guy had gone on to try, like, reform the current protocols you use for seawater, because he found that you could drink, I was gonna say raw seawater, but you can drink seawater, at least according to this dude. And people were like, no, it's impossible because all sailors know it doesn't work and all the things are... It was like, no, you can. And he went and sailed across the ocean with, like, no provisions. Multiple times. Like, he did it once and then I think he tried again, but he was like, nah, just... Like, he had some problem with food. But he was like, yeah, he was at sea for like 180 days, it was basically fine. He made the mistake of taking a meal, actually. And it was like, after he took the meal, that's when, like, his body just, it's like it got used to normal food again, and it basically broke down. It was like, okay, we're out of survival mode, we don't need to be doing this. It was like, yeah, everything broke. But before then, it was pretty much fine. Like, it all worked, everything was good. And yeah, people who saw him, the guy saw that, like, that they picked him up off this coast or whatever. Like, it's not like he was pretending. Definitely sailed there. People like, oh, you had rashes. Like, yeah, it's a little hard to hide like 180 days worth of rashes on board a ship. Like, that's tricky, and that's kind of before the days like solar stills and things like that were a thing, you know? Like, you're not really gonna be able to do that. Like, it's a fair amount of food and water. But anyways, so I mentioned the dude's like, oh, I'm certified this, and this group company. It's like, okay, but all the stuff you said is just one giant appeal to authority. Like, it's a logical fallacy. It's because I am the authority. Like, no, but if you were the authority, you would be able to tell me why. Because clearly you'd know what you're talking about if you've done studies or read the stuff. Like, this guy said that, okay, your liver can process seawater, it's just that when people drink it out at sea, typically, they're so dehydrated, or their kidneys, they can't handle it. Like, yes, there is a limit, but if you drink below a certain amount, the salt shouldn't be too big a problem. The guy's like, oh no, it's impossible. But it's like, you saw this with Africa, where people were like, oh, you need X number of calories. I think at some stage, and this is, by the way, for any American friends, don't trust the FDA. Like, don't. I don't know why you're trusting them. Like, the food pyramid is like 4,000 calories. You're gonna get fat as hell and you're gonna become diabetic because of the sheer amount of sugar you eat. like 6 servings of bread. As like 6 slices of bread a day. That's way too much. No. No, the food pyramid is wrong. Do not eat like that. Like, these are the same minds that were like, oh, you need like 2,000 grams. Like, they had all the maximums. And people got to Africa were like, how are these guys not dead? Because, like, they didn't drink water for like 2 months at a time or 3 months because of the drought. When they drank water, it'd be water they find in like a hollowed out tree that's been sitting there for freaking weeks and months with parasites. Now, admittedly, these guys aren't like as healthy as we are. Like, they're not built the same. They're like really shriveled and old, and you can see they look rough and they feel rough. Like, life has been less than kind to these people, but doesn't mean they're not surviving. So when you turn around and say, oh, you can't drink this, but you're like, okay, but here's somebody that can and has and is okay. Like, you can't, the responsible answer isn't to turn around and say, that's not real. Why? Because it can't happen. Yeah, but why can't it happen? Because it can't. Like, okay, but here's an example of it happening. Well, I've got a degree from Stanford. Like, okay, your degree from Stanford is nice, but my reality says your degree is wrong. And when you and reality disagree, I don't know how to tell you this, reality always wins. And reality plays for keeps. Real world plays for keeps, my friend. We're like, yeah, but this is how things should be. You're like, okay, now we're in pretend land. Okay. It's okay, I like to play pretend too. Adults play pretend all the time. Everyone plays pretend. Like with masks. Sorry, the dreaded face covers. Like, I'm not necessarily pro of condom. Like, right now, I'm completely disregarding all that. But there were vapor aerosolization studies that found that if you exhaled into a room, even with decent aircon, whatever you exhale spreads throughout the room for about the next 4 hours is what it takes just in like your standard office building and or room. So case in point, if you can't extract paint fumes from your room, right? And yeah, they're being consistently produced. I get it. Okay, that's nice. But the fact is, paint fumes, if you can't extract those, man, I question whether you'd be able to extract like somebody breathing out a pathogenic virus. Like, and yes, esters and viral particles are a little bit different on like a scientific scale. I get it. Like, in terms of science behind it, it's not the same thing. But also, like, really, dude, really, you gonna play that card? Really? No. Okay. So how? What about them being a different shape doesn't give it merit? Oh, but esters are more sensitive. Oh. So I'm more likely to smell it if it's there. Yes. Okay, but you haven't said anything about viral distribution. Like, at what ppm do you catch coronavirus? Oh, that's you don't know. No, we don't know. Oh, okay. Is it we don't know the safe exposure? No. So how can you tell me it's unsafe? Oh well, if there's any, but if there's, dude. You won't, if you get one coronavirus particle in your system, you're not getting corona. A huge chance. Like, yeah, I'm not a doctor, okay, but like most likely, a single virus like coronavirus is gonna get chowed up by your immune system. You're gonna be dealing with like really weird percentages. Typically, you're gonna be exposed to like a cluster of these things because your body's made to eliminate pathogens, and that damn well will be associated as one. Like, you're typically going to get a cluster of the things, and some of them are going to die because your blood's just naturally inhospitable. Some of them's going to die because your skin's acidic. Incidentally, for the people that don't know that skin is acidic, and if you don't know why, that's why. Like, that's the reason. Not even joking. Your skin's acidic because it makes it harder for bacteria to live on it. Guess what? You're self-sanitizing. Fun note. Like, yeah, hygiene's good, and it's important to wash, just putting it out there. But we do have our own protections to an extent. Now, I will also say I don't think there's such a thing as somebody that grew up washing their entire life that can just stop washing anymore. That's not a thing. Like, you'd have to grow up and not washing to be able to just not wash. Like, a similar thing happens to, not Fennec. Not foxes, Ferrets, a similar thing happens to ferrets because they've got a scent because, you know, obviously they're rodent, they excrete oils to protect their skin. And people will wash it away. The problem is once you start washing the ferrets, you're gonna have to keep washing. Like forever. You're gonna have to overwash the ferrets to just keep cutting down that oil. And the more you wash them, the more they produce. And they never stop. So once you start washing them, you just gotta continue washing forever. Huge hole, but I've got a plan. Grandpa's brain. Everyone's lost could not be good. But here is the Bulbator. Bulbulator. It's truly a magical device. Like, its name doesn't suggest it's magical. Its name suggests it's fungi based. But anyways. Mini Bulbator. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I have a point to this, by the way. I promise there's a point. So we have certain things that we've adapted to because of modern convenience, but the fact is we don't know everything that we do, and we don't always know the side effects of what we're getting into. And it's a big problem because people like to act like we know when we don't know. Like, people are always big on the whole like, oh, you don't eat meat. Like, no, we're omnivorous, we need meat. Oh, but you can go without eating meat. Like, have you met anyone that doesn't eat meat? I don't know how to tell you, but you can always tell. They have certain characteristics. Then people will be like, yeah, but soy. You're like, okay. Here's the thing. Let's talk about knowledge. Alright, let's talk about knowledge. You have implicit knowledge and explicit knowledge. Implicit knowledge is what's called complete. Explicit knowledge isn't. Implicit knowledge might partly be based on incorrect information, but if you follow implicit knowledge, you'll do well. Case in point, a village, all traditional religion, don't eat shrimp or pork. Why? Well, just don't. God said it's bad. Okay. Regardless, we're not having a debate on whether God's real or not, but the fact is, it says don't, God says bad. Okay, cool. Moving on. Right. By the way, I'll be happy to see if the Bulbator is now how you're gonna do to clean it up. But anyways, moving on. God said it's bad. That's the point. God said bad. Now, we in the modern age have been able to look at pork and be like, oh, look at that, shrimp and pork can have really nasty parasites. So, especially the kind that's not farmed because they're pretty, you know, aggressive at eating stuff. In the case of shrimp, if it's not farmed, it's much more likely to have parasites, and those are bad for you. Like, this isn't like you can just eat raw parasites, this is like, you're gonna die in a bad way, parasites. And the same thing with shrimp. Shrimp tape, with pork. Pork tapeworms will go all the way up into your brain and mess up your day. Like, you're not gonna just be okay. You will be a very sad boy if you eat pork tapeworms. And how do you not pick up tapeworms? By cleaning properly, right? So you gotta clean by cooking properly. That's how you kill the tapeworms. So you gotta cook them completely through. But here's the problem. Olden times, people not so hot in cooking, eh? Not so hot. Especially because they were like oftentimes moving around and whatever else. It gets a little bit harder to be like, do we eat meat? How far is cooked? Like, you don't really see a whole lot of references based on the text or whatever you're reading on like what is cooked meat, like what is actually considered cooked enough to be cooked, like safe to eat cooked. No, because that wasn't really a thing, you know. I don't think science had developed then. Like, they had a general understanding of meat cooked, but they weren't like on the ball, and especially because some of their hygiene practices, it's fine with like beef, which is relatively clean, but as soon as you get to like pork, which is a little bit dodgier, yeah, now it's not so easy. Oh, what's my quest? I haven't got any ducks, buddy. Oh, this is probably house expansion too. Moving on. So yeah, it gets a bit more complicated than people like to make it out, and the problem is a lot of people don't deal well with complexity at all. Like, we as human beings do not like complexity, so we have a tendency to do what's called simplifying things. And the problem is people look at it, they create a just so story because it's simple and easy to understand, and they think they understand everything. And the problem with making knowledge from taking knowledge from being implicit or explicit is now you got to deal with all that complexity that got wrapped under previous beliefs. So, case in point, pork is of the devil and evil, don't eat it. Okay, fair enough, we don't eat pork, good things happen. Woman, I don't know, his brains will overheat, whatever. It's an example of something untrue. Cool. Turns out you can eat pork just fine if you cook it, which is a lot easier if you're not, like, I don't know, freaking migrating. But now, you have to actually process the fact that, yes, pork is lean because of this and that and the other thing, and this thing's dirty because of this and that and the other thing. And also, by the way, shrimp is actually okay except for the brain, so you have to cook it at this temperature. What is this temperature? Well, this temperature is higher than the temperature at which it looked cooked, but lower than the temperature over here, so that's why this method was safe and this wasn't. Oh, okay. Like, all this stuff gets damn complicated if you're just, you know, Bob over there trying to, like, plant his crops, which is why it's a lot easier to go to Bob and be like, yo, pork's evil, don't eat it. Like, from a practical sense, than it would be to ever explain to Bob why not to eat the thing. And how is this relevant? Well, I guess I'd say the biggest way it's relevant is realizing, like, yeah, that's pretty much what's happened here. Give me a sec. Just switching in the C's into my inventory, because that is always my preference. It makes it a lot easier to do the gardening and stuff I need to do if I can just see them, even if I don't intend to use them, because in this case I absolutely do not. There we go. Yeah, that would have been a bit of a problem. Luckily we fixed it, and now we're moving on swiftly. Okay, dropping this in here. Get Illiband! Okay. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Ah, it hurts, doesn't it? You know what's funny about that saying? I got that. First girl I ever dated, she was like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I'm like, that's cool, because now it means that proper love can develop. Such a fucking moron. I just look back, I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. I mean, credits to her, eh? Like, that ex of mine, she was a bit of a trooper. She stuck with it for a while. It's like, no, I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to hurt him. Cool. By the way, I really do love the self-feeding thing. I've put it out there before, I'm gonna damn well say it as many times as I feel I need to. I love the self-feeding thing, man. It is so cool. I will, however, probably have to move the queue up lounge, because I do not think it's doing what I need it to be doing over here, and I think it's kinda detracting attention. Still, not bad. Bruh, you was fucking hiding from me. You were hiding. Ah! Hiding bad. No. I can keep that in my inventory actually. And come over here to the feathers. Nothing. Gonna be taking this. We can put on some rubber. Ah, that is another chest that we need to do. And get a rubber chest. Because inevitably we were going to fill up a stack. Like we have now. By the way, I love how they subtly incorporate, like, how do you say this frickin' word into the game. It's pretty good. Pretty considerate of them. Also, you know, kind of the minimum you gotta do if you're gonna make up a word. But still, I appreciate it. Potato. Here we are, pick up the potato. Mushroom shadow band? Maybe. Entirely possible. Especially if we use restream, but again, I'm gonna experiment with that and see. Do I do better when I just restream, or does it do better when I go without? Because that I'm willing to play with, you know. I'm pretty sure you'll find it'll probably change over time too. Like, as you get bigger and more audience members that are just naturally in your stream, we don't need to worry about it so much. But I'm not gonna do the whole YouTube screw small content creators. Yeah, it's... I mean, I'm sure they do, it wouldn't surprise me, but like, they're also a business, like, kind of an asshole to sit there and be like, oh, you're not allowed to make money because you're a business and you have lots of it. Like, I don't know people that do that stuff. Like, it sounds like, oh, look at me, but like, no, I really do. I've seen that kind of BS attitude way too much. Like, oh, business don't need money. Like, okay, so why would they start a business then if they can't make money from it? Oh, they just yeah, you didn't frickin' think, did you? Okay, you do this for free for me. Oh, they need to pay their employees more. Like, well, or I don't know how to tell you this, but like, it's kind of for the employees to demand. Oh, we need like wage negotiations. Okay, congratulations, business insolvent. You're all fired. You can't do that. It's unfair. Like, that's what happens. I love when people are like, unions will help you, and I'm like, I've seen unions cause such issues. Like, I'm sure this will be a hot topic, but dude, South African, man. Unions suck. That's all I'm gonna say. At least they have the serious potential to suck. And like, when they suck, they're very bad. Especially the like trash negotiators. Oof, they'll screw you. They'll screw you without meaning to, which is probably the worst way to be screwed. Because then there's no like, you can't go to the guy and be like, what the Bob? Bob will just be like, well, I was doing my best, you owe me. Yeah, that's why you need to be careful. You don't want people that are accidentally screwed. Much better get someone who'll do it purposely and know why they're doing it than someone who'll do it by accident and not know. You know? I've got balloon. Ah, pig. Pig! Pig, 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 pig. Whee! Whee! But I'm pretty sure it pops and they come down with like a propeller. Yeah, there you go. Propeller. Oh? Oh, I see. It's basically a random one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hmm. Gotta be honest, I get the balance tweaks they've done and they're pretty good, but it's also like, to an extent, I don't really think they need it. Like, not with the way the game is currently. Like, oftentimes it's pretty, but I do admit it's damn hard to get balance tweaks right. Like, it really is damn hard. But, I guess this is the difference between, like, more like senior developers and not, because then they'll figure out what they're going to use to balance, and they will design the game around that. But when the people don't have that much experience, they don't even know it's possible to do it like that, so they don't think about it. And it's not to say that they're like incompetent or anything, not at all. But it's just you know, just how it is, I guess. Like, it's an experience thing. Like, what you gonna do? It's not everything knows the same. Not everybody knows the same thing. Not everybody has the same level of experience, and some people are going to know more than others. It's just kind of the nature of the world. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. But again, all comes back to like motivate. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Motivation. And like, it's funny because like, you'll see on Reddit where people, or at least I have, where people will be like, oh no, company A should do this thing for free for everyone. And you're like, but why? Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like, but why? Like, well, they should. Like, okay, will you do it for free? Yeah, I totally would. Okay, go do it. I don't have time. Yeah, but do it anyways. Quit your job and go do it. Do it for free. I want to do it for free. Like, yeah, no one wants to do it for free, dude. Newsflash. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to work for free, my guy. Working for free sucks. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Don't ya? Don't ya? Oh, I've realized what I have to be doing. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and be running up and down. But yeah, like, I don't have time. You go, okay, so do it like a job. But it's not my job. I should job now, do it like a job. But it's not my job to do this thing. Like, okay, yeah, but it's now. I'm hiring you. Oh, you're hiring me? What are you gonna pay me? Nothing. I'm not gonna do something I don't get paid for, really? That's weird. You seem to think that's what companies should do. Aren't you willing to do it? Well, they have lots of money. Oh. I see. And then at that point, you know what kind of person you're dealing with. And if you don't know what kind of person you're dealing with, I promise you, you'll figure it out. It'll make sense soon enough. I think I'm gonna do a run through and then a little bit more, and then I'm gonna be done for the day. So whoever has joined me, thank you for joining me. Been pretty cool. Lots of fun. And yeah. But anyways, we'll just run up and down. Make sure we've got everything, that there's no like big piles of... Oh, this is the other thing that they've changed. Like initially you had a lot of backtracking. I'm actually seeing comparatively little. Like you can just kind of go forward. Like it's a fun story, but it's just incredibly linear. But I guess Bioshock's like that as well. And it's not necessarily a bad game for it. So yeah, I suppose applying some intellectual honesty, it's not like it's the worst thing in the world for you to be doing that. But I don't know, man. I've never liked it so much when games are just basically on rails, although some of them will force you to put in like a bunch of time. Or like if you play a game like Sacred 2 or Sacred 1, like you can't actually play that alone because of how big it is, and you basically have to go through like and play with people, and it's pretty hard to find people to play with. But as soon as you get like a dedicated playing group, then it's a lot of fun. By the way, Sprint's still frickin' useless. Useless. Don't know why you would sprint, my dude, but it's terrible. By the way, I know House Flipper's Pets DLC dropped, and we're gonna be taking a look at that. I don't know, no, but definitely will, because I do like House Flipper. I am kind of lost. How do I get to the quarry? I know it's not up here. I keep feeling like it's down this way across the road, but I know you can't cross it. Am I just being a dum-dum not following the frickin' road? Probably. Absolutely, yes. Yes, I am. We're not gonna talk about this, okay? What if I want to talk about it? Well, what if I want to tell you to shut up? What if you want to eat? Yeah, but I want to talk about it. I want you to be able to eat. Yeah, but talking is important. Like, you're not understanding my hints. Yeah. Shut up. It also feels like a lot of open space, but I get it. It would be nice though if like stuff moved in. Like animals and whatever else. Yeah. this point we're basically clearing and making sure we spray whatever we see. And yeah, then we go back to Rudy over there. And see what's up. Ooh, a lizard hat, that's pretty cool. I don't remember what made me give up last time. I think I basically just reached the end of the content. Because like, I remember I was looking and there was a robot cutting down trees. And yeah. Is my throat hurting? That's why I'm quiet? Maybe. Possibly, but you'll never know. And you won't be able to prove it, and that's the most important thing. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I'm a little bit disappointed that, like, this person felt capable, and now they feel very incapable. But, I know, like, the idea initially was that they'd be, like, this super hot scientist that has, like, this thing, and I was basically like, oh, I'm a Martian kid with a backpack, like, you know? But, yeah, we'll see. Dude, come on. You can be a bit more independent. You don't need to talk to Rudy every time. Like, you spent the whole... Like, I probably shouldn't be upset, and I know I'm shouting, but it's like, come on, damn it. You spent the last, like, at least in-game full 12, dude. Like, we're like 10 harvests in. You'd be like here for like half a year. You've been here for like a year and a half, maybe. Like, you've been doing this a while. You should know how to grow, repair your own stuff. I promise you, you don't need to talk to Rudy. Like, compared to the other stuff you've made, this is pretty... This is pretty elementary. It's just a bridge, dude. You just take some planks, lay them across, you know, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's okay. I know it's scary, but it'll be okay. Like, you don't have to do anything special. The wood will do its thing. the most part. Look, I'm not gonna pretend wood is like infinitely powerful, but like, you know, it'll be okay. Like, it's not hard to build a bridge, my dude. But then again, like, I'm talking probably to people Europe and America where they're city contractors, and like everybody's brother's a contractor if they become a politician, you know. If you're clever, you start becoming like a city contractor for construction or something. And you know, you're a good bet, and as a politician knows you, you can get some nice jobs. Is it unethical? Maybe. Like, is it unethical to do a job you can do? I don't know. Don't ask me. But I can tell you now, that's probably how a lot of them see it. It's like, I can do the job. My brother won't screw me. Won't leave halfway like contractors want to do. Because, yeah, they've got a terrible rep. And everyone hates working with contractors for that reason. Like, they're so in demand, but they've also got such a terrible rep. You know? I'm surprised there's still more though. It's like you got the Pigtropolis and stuff, but dude, I need to get less like pigs. Why are there so many pigs everywhere? My grandpa had a big ass farm, that's all I'm telling you. I'm just telling you now, like, I can't say it any other way. Grandpa had a big farm. Like, I think people are underrepresenting the scale of Grandpa's farm. But anyways, yeah, that's a bit of like the frustration of some of the main characters, right? Because they'll be like, I need to speak to Bob. It's like, it's a bridge. It's a bridge. You found plenty of wood, just repair the damn bridge. You know how to do it. It's a footbridge too, it ain't like it's hard. I gotta check with Rudy. Rudy might be bad. It's like, Rudy's... Can't use that metaphor, I'll get in trouble on YouTube. Suffice it to say, it was not very nice to the free will of the person who was being asked. But yeah, dude, it's just a bridge. You can build a bridge. There's so many trees here. Like, even if you're conservationist, conservationist extraordinaire, like, bro, you can do the bridge. The Great Mulberry Tour. The Golden Bridge is the bridge. Okay, can I now go fix the bridge that I could fix this whole time, but I just needed your permission? Thanks. Thanks, Rudy. Really appreciate that, buddy. You really know how to make life hard for me. And always sleeping did something. Oh boy. That's pretty bad. But hey. Nice. Yeah, this is cool, dude. My house is gonna be awesome. But apparently I don't get more than the first hallway. Bit of a weird design for a house, but moving on. Can't get everything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like the fact that I can play with the wallpapers and actually do it up. Like, yeah, it feels nice. That's a lot of animals. A lot of jaws. Yeah, basically we're through like the hard part of the game and us just working our way through the rest, you know? Like we did with the Mars game. Oh, chicky. Yeah, I don't think I need any eggs. I'm pretty good. Pretty good on eggs. Pretty good on everything. Unless I'm like specifically building something. I'm just basically waiting for those bell peppers to come in actually. I might just sleep away some time. Wake up the next day. Okay. Can I just keep doing this, please? Yep. Almost there. One more. Okay. Where have you been? It's been like 2 months. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Look, they enjoyed being alive. They all died. It'll be fine. You worry too much. What is hollyhock? Is it a plant? Is it like a flower? What does it do? I don't understand. I got a weak boomer mind, please. You're exposing me to things that aren't even that scary. Look, I joke, but man, like I've known people with Alzheimer's that probably the worst bit is like their brain just doesn't work. That's scary as hell. Like to an observer. Jesus. That's damn terrifying, bro. Mostly because you don't think it's as bad as it is, right? Like everyone tells you, okay, their brains degrade, right? Everyone knows what Alzheimer's is. It's basically like diabetes in your head. Like I'm not gonna. It's basically that. I mean, not complicated, but there's some stuff they miss out on. Like, as your brain shuts down, you can remember less. Which means you remember social interaction less. So, the people with it start to feel isolated, like really, really isolated. And that was probably the roughest thing to deal with, because like my gran had it, right? And those, you notice, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how often you're there, she's just depressed. And like you can't do anything to make it better, because anything you do will just be gone by the time you leave and get back the next day. So yeah, it's basically just like an infinite depression spiral, and you can't do anything for the person, no matter how much you want to. Like it is literally impossible. And so like we'd visit and she'd be like, oh, I'm so lonely and depressed. So it's like, okay, it's simple, we visit tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'm so lonely and depressed. Why are you lonely? Oh, no one came to visit me all week. Well, like, but we were here yesterday. And so, like, I know I saw it happen with my, like my dad. Where they'd go through to visit, but because she's feeling depressed, like, she can't remember it. So obviously they're doing the children thing. They're being loyal kids and always coming through, you know, making sure not to, like, actually abandon her. But yeah, I saw that and damn, dude, that killed me. Like, I was kind of that was really rough. That was really bad. I think that was probably the worst part, actually. More than like any of the other things, at least for like me having to deal with it, that was about the worst. Just the constant depression. And having nothing that you can do about it. Like, you can't, there's no way you can make it better because nothing you can do matters. So you just sit there, and whether you visit or not, the person's just angry and sad and depressed and in pain. Like, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I don't know, man. That stuff's rough. It's all possible. You don't want to watch a loved one go through it. And it's weird because when it started, like, people are like, oh no, you gotta visit, blah blah blah, and you're like, once you go through it, you're like, okay, yeah, I understand why people almost always pass away alone. Like, it's rough, dude. It is rough. Like, very, very rough. And again, there's basically nothing you can do. There's no, there's no like tricks you can take, you know? Basically all you can do is just carry on like you were. By the way, it feels weird, but I'm probably gonna end up wiping a bunch of like videos and stuff on the channel. But there. It's completely beside the point. Let's go, Rudy. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, well, we were going to do the thing. Bridge, yes. And we're also almost through this part, actually, eh? There's not too much left here, if I remember right. You can see, like, the quests are pretty short. That's gonna largely be because, like, we've gotten through most of the content that's here. Can we? Thank you. The way is not shut off anymore. Really? Hadn't noticed. Ice cream's pretty cool. Lonely Hills Old Quarry. Okay. I'm gonna go back to him. I'm probably gonna have to go back to him. You know what would be cool in a game is actually have your initial like trainer or somebody actually be somebody that knows anything about this. So they'll be like, oh no, do this, and then eventually they'll be like, oh well, when the time is right, when the moon is night. Like, what the hell? And you learn like a move called Night Moon, and that's the hint, like, come back to me then. You're like, oh my gosh. Bob Snowflake's actually not a moron. At least he's less dumb than I thought. Or like you design NPCs so that they seem basically nuts. Like that's one of those ones I've always liked, I guess. Is that NPC seems nuts, but then like as you go through the game, you're like, wait, this guy may have a point. Like, maybe he understands. Let's think. By the way, I need to probably come up with like, I don't know, better arts. Problems I can't draw or shiz. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe just like a generalized live stream logo decal type thing. Initially, and then see if there's like music created. That's funny, I just realized I'm probably pay somebody to do it. But, I don't know, I don't want to spend money on something other than making money, but it's also like, it's kind of the basics with YouTube streams, you know? Like, very few streamers are as just horrifyingly lazy as what I am. Like, gotta stick some fit in background music and blah blah blah. I mean, it shows that, yeah. Like, I know a lot of people give me things and they did a lot better than my first ones. Although my, like, first ones weren't so bad. I guess it's just a case of topic, you know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Man, it's a bit... Like, I'm probably actually gonna have to sit down and do like a bit of thinking and planning. What do you want the channel aesthetic to be and all that stuff? Is anyone watching? No. They're kind of fun to do anyways? Yes. Is that why I'm doing it? Yes. Are you a monster? Maybe. Potentially. But also, like, I got a thing I enjoy. What I'm probably gonna have to do, actually, ironically, is I'm gonna have to be like, no political or corporate discussions of that on money. Why? Because I'm way too interested in the topic, and if someone brings it up, I'm gonna go on like a long rant that nobody's gonna appreciate it very long time. By the way, I see there's a cat here. Cat. And I know cat's good because cats will bring you seeds. And even more rare things. Stuff and things and stuff and He was just like, and we can get the bulbator pots. It's like, okay, and those are what? What are these bulbator pots? They're just the parts for the bulbator. Okay, this is good. But okay, for today, this is good enough. So now I save, go home, build a cat house. Not like that. But the reason I say not like that is for the people who know. Well, if you know, you know. But let's just say a cat house, a place where kitty cats are for hire, huh? That'll be the best that we can do with this metaphor without straining it too badly. Piggy. 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 Pig, 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 pig. Ah, it's a pig without a hat. 11 eggs. Oh, I get it. Basically, once their needs are taken care of, they'll just produce. That's interesting. I like that. That is a mechanic's really nice. That actually is pretty cool. Really useful. Okay. Cool, I'm just gonna... See, I'm tempted to try some like a little bit clickbaity things. Let's see what works. Oh! Oh, I almost skipped that. I was like, oh, it is the same. Like, no. No, don't be stupid. Slow down. Pay attention. Just because I'm curious what happens if I get a second one of these. Okay. Well, the cat house can come here because, well, I don't have a problem with cats. I don't know what you're talking about. Cats are great. I joke, but in truth, I actually do like cats. I like dogs too. Like all animals. However, I'm highly allergic to them all. I puff up. I love animals because I still touch them, even though they hurt me. Here we go. This is getting a bit cute. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of like... It's kind of adorable. It does make me kind of happy. I don't think I need bridge parts, my dude. I think I'm good up there. I think I'm pretty good. I think I need Walle-e parts, and I don't think I need bridge parts. Might need cleansing fungus. And I may go basically Boop Rudy on last poke, and then depending on what happens I may save and quit or just quit. Hey Rudy, I'm so glad I can talk to you on the other side and not right here. It's okay, I know you were last. I could tell. How could I tell? I just could. You did it! Oh, here we go. This is where I get the quest. So what about the great one? I can trust you. We'll need to find some pots and mushrooms. Okay. But moving on. 7 cleansing fungi. Okay. That's just gonna do it, guys. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. I know, obviously, no one really was here, but nonetheless. Whoever's here, thanks for joining. Whoever's new, yeah. Either way, it was